Do you know what streamers spend a lot of time preparing for? Well, I'll tell you. Bots, code raids, trolls, and the occasional person who wanders into chat and decides, today is the day I'm going to self-promote myself in this other content creator stream. But there's one thing we are almost never prepared for, and that's ourselves. So today I'm going to show you one of my very favorite mixed up commands, and that is an emergency SOS button that sends a message to chat, notifies your Discord, switches your OBS scene, and safely ends your stream all with one press. And you're probably wondering, well, why in the world would you have a button like that? Well, this actually comes from my own experience. For a lot of people who might not know, I have epilepsy, and there have been several times where I've had a seizure while live. Wasn't able to end stream, explain what was happening, or even switch scenes to my be right back screen. The best I could do was mute my mic and hope I'd be okay enough to come back later. It was not a great experience for myself, and it definitely wasn't reassuring for my community. So I asked myself, if I can automate my shoutouts, why couldn't I automate my emergencies? Now I have a single button on my stream deck that types an exclamation mark SOS into my chat, and it lets Mixedup handle the rest. Even if you don't have a medical condition, this can help if you suddenly get sick, someone comes to the door, your kid needs you, your pet decides to eat something they shouldn't, or literally any real life emergency that could happen. So let's make it. First, we're going to go into commands. To find it, we'll go to the left hamburger menu and then commands. And you're going to hit new command. You're going to name it what you want it to be called on your command list. So I'm just going to call it SOS. You're going to choose the name of the command that gets used in chat, so what someone types to trigger the command. The most important thing about this command is the usage requirements. Click this little guy with a key icon, choose the platform you want this command to be on, and then for the love of God and all things holy, please set this to be moderator or higher. If you're using the simple version and you want it to include your mods and yourself, you'll just choose mod and then everything higher is automatically included. If you're on the advanced option, you can just click on them individually and hit the plus icon. That way you can add multiple. I would leave it at just mods and streamer, because if you aren't able to do it yourself and you step away and you're gone for a really long time, your mods are able to implement the command for you. So now that we have all that set up, the first thing we're going to do is you're going to go down into actions and you're going to do chat message and then hit the plus icon. This is the message that gets sent in chat. It is the first thing you will see when you hit the button. Mine is already made. I'm just going to copy paste what I had before. But it just says, Vexing is potentially having a medical emergency. I needed to step away. So stream will be ending till further notice. Please keep an eye out on her Twitter or Discord server for any changes or updates. Thanks for hanging out and being patient while the situation is dealt with. Obviously, put whatever you want. This is just what I have. Now that we have that, the next thing we're going to add is a Discord action. This is going to send a message into a specific Discord channel. So then that way anyone that is not currently in your stream watching, but like might have stepped away and missed it, you can do this. First, you're going to do send message. This is usually selected by default. Then you're going to choose the channel you want your message to be sent in. I'm going to do my updates channel. And then you're going to post your message here. If you want to ping a role, I will have this in the description. So if you want to just copy paste it, you can. But you're going to put this here. And then you're going to open your Discord. Go to your Discord server that you want the role from. Excuse the Captain America image. My server is gross. Go to your roles, choose the role that you want to ping. I have a news and updates role, and you're going to right click and see copy role ID. You're going to copy that. If you don't see that, you need to go into your account settings and go down to developer and then turn on developer mode. Once you have that, you will just remove role ID, post that number there, and then go ahead and put your message. I'm just going to put the same thing I already had on my chat message. Now we're going to add a wait. We're going to add that. I think it's all the way at the bottom. We're going to add a wait action. I will usually do about like 5 seconds, but feel free to mess around with whatever you want that to be. This is so that way it gives chat in your Discord server, I guess the Discord doesn't really matter, but it at least gives your chat a moment to actually read the message and process what's going on without stream just abruptly ending. Now we're going to add a streaming software action. Now this can be either of those three. It all works the same, I believe, but I'm going to do OBS. You're going to choose scene, and then you're going to put the name of the scene that you wanted to switch to. And you're going to type the exact name, and I mean the exact name. Because if your scene is called Be Right Back, but you put BRB, Mix It Up is going to be very confused because it's not going to recognize any scene with that name. So you have to make sure that it is identical to how you have it in OBS. Now we're going to add another wait action. I'm going to do this one for about 15 seconds, just so that way, so everyone has a chance to process what's happening. And then what we're going to do is add one more streaming software action, and this one is going to be the one that ends our stream. So choose the software you choose, and in action here, you're going to do start stop stream. And then that's it. That is the way you set this up. It is one command with one button, a professional automatic response during an emergency, so that you're not just abruptly ending or being gone for an unknown vague amount of time with no real explanation and everyone's concerned and worried. That's it. You'll hit the little save floppy disk icon, and then you have your command now. We spend so much time preparing for everything that could go wrong online. Spam filters, moderators, auto mod, verifications, and raid protections. But sometimes the emergency isn't in chat. Sometimes it's happening to us. Hopefully you'll never need this command, and I genuinely hope it just sits there collecting dust forever. But if the day ever comes where you do need it, you'll be really glad you took 5 minutes to set it up. If this helped you out, I'd really appreciate giving the video a like. It helps YouTube find other creators who might benefit from this series. And if you know that one chronically ill streamer or VTuber in your life, or honestly anyone who could use an emergency backup plan, send this video their way. And if you'd like to see more of my favorite Mix It Up automations, be sure to subscribe because I've got plenty more commands to share. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.